sister deliberately threw a banana peel on the floor, hoping that her pregnant sister-in-law would slip and fall. The mother-in-law saw this and immediately kicked the peel aside, but lost her balance and fell to the ground, breaking her right foot. When the father-in-law came home, he angrily scolded his wife, saying that she was just being overly dramatic over a small injury. Seeing that her father-in-law ignored her mother-in-law's pain, the daughter-in-law, with her pregnant belly, carefully crouched down to check on her mother-in-law's injury. At this moment, the mother-in-law's lips turned pale from the pain, and the father-in-law continued to stand by, coldly observing. He said the woman was just pretending to be hurt. Impatiently, he urged the daughter-in-law to get up and start cooking. The ungrateful son even wanted his mother to make sweet and sour ribs for him. After they finished ordering, the three of them walked away on their own. The daughter-in-law couldn't believe how heartless they were. She had no choice but to support her mother-in-law with her big belly and take her to the hospital. After a diagnosis, the doctor said the mother-in-law's injury was serious, and if not treated properly, it would lead to long-term complications. At this time, the father-in-law and son also arrived at the hospital. As soon as they entered, they started blaming the daughter-in-law, saying she had neglected the household chores. There was no food, no clothes were washed, and the house was a mess. Then they ordered her to go back home and get to work. The daughter-in-law, seeing this, stood up for her mother-in-law. She said the injury was severe and could be a crushed bone fracture, and the doctor had recommended hospitalization. But the son coldly responded that a fracture wasn't a big deal. He then adjusted his suit and complained that because his mother wasn't home, his clothes hadn't been ironed. He had been mocked by his colleagues at work. The daughter-in-law was furious and scolded him for being unfilial. She tried to throw him out of the hospital room. The father-in-law, seeing this, scolded the pregnant daughter-in-law for interfering in matters that didn't concern her. He also said that hospitalization was too expensive and a waste of money. He urged her to get up and go home. Watching the father and son turn their backs and leave without a word, the daughter-in-law was angry. She suggested that her mother-in-law should divorce her father-in-law. The mother-in-law had already been thinking about it for a while. She was worried that after she left, no one would take care of her daughter-in-law, so she decided to stay and continue looking after her. A few days later, the daughter-in-law helped her mother-in-law back home. Coincidentally, a group of the father-in-law's students came to visit. When the students saw the woman, they curiously asked who she was. To save face, the father-in-law claimed that the woman was their family's maid and had been absent from work for several days. The woman was deeply hurt by his words. She never imagined that after being married for 10 years, her husband wouldn't even acknowledge her as his wife in front of his students. Furious, the woman shouted that they were married, but the father-in-law dismissed it, saying she was talking nonsense. He said he was a respected university professor, and how could he marry an uneducated, uncultured woman from the countryside? The woman, hearing her husband's disdain for her, recalled how she had worked at a construction site to support his education. When she saw her mother-in-law revealing the truth, the father-in-law, embarrassed, slapped her across the face, angrily telling her not to talk nonsense. Seeing her husband's cold and heartless reaction, the woman immediately filed for divorce. The father-in-law, upon hearing this, immediately laughed, believing the woman wouldn't be able to survive without this family, and would probably starve on the streets. He urged her to go back to her room. Furious, the woman revealed her husband's secret, claiming that he had a mistress outside.